Get ready to rock and drum hard in this unique VR rhythm game, now looking better than ever. Embark on an epic drumming journey that will have you destroying multiple environments through chaos and flames. This is Smash Drums. Rock and roll has never been more alive. If you've been around my channel for a while, then you'd know that the first review I ever put out was for Drums Rock, and I absolutely love that game. Nothing beats a bit of air drum anthems, and I'd still go back to that game to this day. But a lot of people have always told me that Smash Drums on the Quest was the better game, and now it's on PSVR2. Are they right? They really have thrown the kitchen sink at the features for this version of the game. When it comes to frame rates, on the base PS5 there's 120 frames in performance mode and 90 frames in fidelity, and on the Pro it's got 120 frames on both modes. That's really taking advantage of the hardware. And this is aided by the eye-tracked foveated rendering as well, to deliver that sharper visual wherever you're looking. The game's got adaptive triggers, so it simulates the spinning of the drumsticks, the headset haptics when you fail to dodge things. Everything you want from the PSVR 2 they've thrown at this game, and I couldn't be more happy with what they've delivered. Oh, and just let's not overlook the social output feature of this game. This is on as standard, but for capturing footage as a content creator, this is absolutely fantastic. This is always my problem with Drums Rock. When you're playing games like this, you can't help but move your head. So when it's recording footage and it's showing you different camera angles with the enhanced lighting effects what's in the game as well, this is absolute dream for content creators. There are 3 different game modes for Smash Drums, so you can really choose what suits you. Arcade mode is how the game originally launched. And this is where you've got the floating drums and cymbals coming towards you, and you're hitting in time with music. I actually really do, the more I've played, I really do enjoy this mode, and I can actually play on harder difficulties. And then you have Fusion mode, which places you in front of a virtual drum kit, and you've still got notes floating towards you, and you're hitting the drums as they hit the individual pads or cymbals. I actually struggled with this one myself. I just couldn't quite get into the rhythm as much as the other 2 game modes available. But it's still an option, and it may be the one for you, so it's always great to have these options. And then finally we've got Classic mode, which is my personal favourite. Any fans of Rock Band and Guitar Hero will instantly recognise how this operates. You've got the fretboard in front of you. As the notes come down and reach the hit line, you hit the drums and cymbals in time with the music. It's just something I just feel really comfortable with, having experience of those games. It just makes me feel at home in a music rhythm game like this, and I absolutely love it. Of course, with any music rhythm game, it's only as good as the song selection available. So how does Smash Drums do in this regard? Well, there's 58 songs in the standard edition, but out of these, there was nothing I would recognise. There are really great songs, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them, and they're in styles of bands and groups you may have heard before. Like, there's songs what sound like Slipknot, there's songs what sound similar to Linkin Park style. But there's nothing what stands out to me. They are a little bit more indie or niche, but it's still a really good selection in the base edition. Of course, where Smash Drums does shine is when you get the DLC, or you buy the premium edition at launch. These is what really makes the game fantastic. Playing along to the songs you recognise. And just an example, in the premium pack, I can't show you any footage of this for copyright sakes, of course, but you've got the Cranberries in there, which is, I can't stop playing Zombie. I absolutely love that song. There's Bon Jovi, Supergrass, Foo Fighters, there's even some Megadeth, and there's a really great selection. And that's a total of an additional 35 songs with the content currently available, and they will still keep updating and releasing new packs as we go along. But I generally would say, if you're a fan, I would spend that extra money and buy that premium edition, or at least one or two of the packs if there's only songs you definitely want to play, but that premium edition is definitely worth the money. If I have any criticism for the game, it would be that lack of recognisable songs in the base game. But the DLC more than makes up for it. But of course that is an additional cost. It shouldn't overly be a negative, but it would be nice to have a couple of songs that most people would recognise in a base edition. But it's only a very minor detail. Other than that, I would have loved to have seen some kind of campaign mode. Now there are a couple of songs which you need to progress, earn your stars to unlock, but it would be nice to have a campaign which would take you through the difficulties and up your skills a little bit. This is something Drums Rock does really well, but again, it's only a minor niggle. And before I forget, I just want to mention there's some really great backgrounds for this game, so you can really choose where you want to play, from a rock concert to a volcano to a prison cell, an abandoned school, and there's all kinds of visual effects going off around you. It really does add that extra level. It's also worth noting that there's no multiplayer in this version of the game. It wasn't a feature that was used on the Quest version, so instead of having an empty multiplayer, they've concentrated on getting those additional features into the PSVR2 version. And I definitely think this was the right choice. But they are leaderboards, and that can be very addictive. So if you want to beat your friends, or just be bragging rights to be on that top leaderboard, this is not going to disappoint. Overall, Smash Drums smashes it out of the park. Rock on!
That we'll never forget.